Have you ever tried Papa Murphy's mini sweet pizzas and thought, I wish I could make these at home, like right now? Same here. So grab your apron, your favorite playlist, and let's make a copycat version that's warm, gooey, cinnamon loaded, and topped with a dreamy cream cheese glaze. I am Arena. Welcome to my cozy corner of the internet, where I turn my kitchen into a dessert lab and share my favorite recipes and tricks with you. If you've ever wondered how to make your sweet treats look as good as they taste, I've got you covered. Everything I mention, tools, other goodies, is linked down in the description, so poke around when you're done drooling. All right, let's dive in. This dough is where the magic begins. I grab a glass mixing bowl and add 1/2 cup of warm water. Think baby bath warm, around 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 to 43 degrees Celsius. I just use the glass bowl from my stand mixer. It's already out, it's big, and it makes cleanup easier. Glass bowls don't react with acidic ingredients, like metal bowls sometimes can, which means your yeast stays happy and active, without any weird flavor surprises. Next, I sprinkle in 1 tablespoon of dry yeast. Not sure if your yeast is alive and kicking? No worries. I've got a whole blog post that walks you through how to check if it's active without feeling like you're back in science class. I'll drop the link in the description for you. Then I add 1.5 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Whisk it like you mean it until it's all blended and happy. I use my favorite blending whisk because it mixes like a dream. And let's be honest, it looks great on camera too. But if you don't have one, no stress. Just grab a fork and go for it. Your cinnamon pizza dough won't mind either way. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap or my go-to trick, a disposable shower cap. Yep, you heard me right. And don't worry, I'm not reusing the one I wore that morning. No thanks. I keep a stash of brand new disposable caps in my baking drawer just for this. Let that bowl hang out for 10 to 15 minutes until your yeast mix is looking bubbly and ready, like it just woke up and had its morning coffee. Next, I get my stand mixer ready, my trusty KitchenAid 7 quart. It's big, strong, and handles thick dough like a champ. I pop on the dough hook attachment, which is made specifically for kneading dough without tiring out your arms. If you've ever tried mixing this stuff by hand, you know it turns into an upper body workout real fast. The dough hook keeps things smooth and easy. And bonus, it makes me feel like a pro baker. First up, 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil. This adds a bit of richness and helps keep the dough nice and soft. Then I start adding in the flour. 1 cup of all-purpose flour, but not all at once. It's the base of our dough. Simple, reliable, and always up for the task. I add a little bit of the flour first, then sprinkle in a bit of the salt. Just 1/2 teaspoon total, so I like to do it gradually. After each addition, I mix things up a bit before adding more. It keeps the dough smooth and helps everything blend evenly. Plus, it gives your mixer a little break so it doesn't feel like it's running a marathon. Salt might seem like a small detail, but it's kind of a flavor magician. Just enough helps bring out the flavor of the dough and rounds out all the sweetness that's coming in later. It's like the backup singer that secretly makes the lead sound amazing. Once everything's in the bowl, I start mixing on a low speed. Then I gradually crank it up to medium and let the mixer do its thing. After a few minutes, I've got a soft, smooth dough ball, doing a happy dance around the bowl like it knows it's about to become dessert. spray a clean glass or ceramic bowl with cooking oil. This keeps the dough from sticking and makes cleanup a breeze. Gently plop your dough into the bowl. Give it a little pat like you're tucking it in for a nap. Cover the top with plastic wrap to lock in the moisture. Then, for good measure, throw a kitchen towel over it too. It's like giving your dough a warm, cozy blanket. Now, here's the secret. Dough absolutely thrives in a warm, draft-free environment. It's like a spa day for your dough. My go-to spots? A heating pad, turned on low. Always works like a charm. Just make sure it's not too hot. My personal favorite though? A seedling heat mat, the kind made for germinating plants. Yep, turns out your pizza dough and tomato seedlings have the same taste and temperature. If those aren't available, no worries. The inside of a turned-off oven with just the light on creates the perfect cozy nook. Or if the weather's nice, a sunny window ledge does the trick beautifully. Anywhere warm and calm will help your dough rise into its fluffy, fabulous self. Let it rest and rise for 1 hour. It should double in size and look all puffed up, like it just came back from a spa day. While the dough is off enjoying its cozy rise, I like to take that time to prep the cinnamon spread. It's the perfect make-ahead move and makes everything flow smoother once it's pizza assembly time. In a large bowl, I mash together the ingredients one by one to make the cinnamon spread. First up, 1/2 cup of softened butter. This is the foundation of the cinnamon spread. It brings richness, helps everything blend together, and gives that melt in your mouth texture when baked. Make sure it's at room temperature so it mixes easily. If it's still cold, just zap it in the microwave for a few seconds. No shame in the shortcut game. Next, 1/2 cup of old-fashioned rolled oats. These are the hearty little guys that add texture and give the spread a bit of bite. They're what help turn this into a dessert pizza and not just a gooey mess, though that also sounds kind of amazing. Then I add 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. This is where the magic happens. It melts down with the butter and oats into a caramelly, sticky goodness that makes this pizza ridiculously craveable. Go with dark brown sugar if you want extra depth, but light brown works great too. And finally, 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, the ultimate cozy spice. It ties everything together and gives the whole kitchen that dreamy, fresh-baked cinnamon roll vibe. Honestly, it's doing a lot of the heavy lifting in this recipe flavor-wise, so don't skimp. Once everything's in the bowl, I mash and mix it all together until it's crumbly, buttery, and irresistible. For this job, I like to use my dough cutter. It's sturdy, super satisfying to use, and makes quick work of all that mixing without pulverizing the oats into oat dust. Plus, let's be honest, I kind of love showing off a fun new tool in my studio. Got to keep things interesting. But if you don't have a dough cutter, no worries at all. Just grab a good old-fashioned fork. Yep, we're bringing it back. It might take a little more elbow grease, but it gets the job done just fine. And hey, it's one less gadget to wash. And honestly, you'll want to eat it with a spoon. But hold off, we've got better plans for it. Since the dough is still rising and enjoying its little spa retreat, I've got the perfect window to whip up the cream cheese glaze. It's the sweet finishing touch that ties everything together. And let's be honest, it's what we're all here for anyway. In a mixing bowl, I start with 2 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. Letting it come to room temp makes it so much easier to blend. No lumps, no fuss. Next, I add 4 tablespoons of room temperature butter. Just like the cream cheese, soft butter mixes like a dream and helps everything turn into that silky glaze we're going for. I like to whip everything together using a hand mixer. It's fast, easy, and makes that glaze ultra smooth. But hey, if you don't have a hand mixer, no problem. Just grab a fork and give it your best stir. It might take a bit more muscle, but it totally works in a pinch. Pro tip, I always chop the butter and cream cheese into small pieces before I start. It helps them soften quicker and blend more easily. Because let's be honest, who wants to stand around waiting for butter to come to room temp when there's sweet pizza in the making? If you forgot to bring your butter to room temperature, been there. Don't worry. I've got a whole blog post with quick and easy ways to soften butter without melting it into a puddle. Check out the link in the description. Beat the cream cheese and butter together with a hand mixer until the mixture is creamy and smooth. Next, I pour in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. It adds that little touch of warmth and depth that ties it all together. Then I add 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. This gives the glaze its sweetness and that smooth, silky texture. Give everything one more good mix until it's completely smooth, dreamy, and ready to drizzle over those sweet pizzas. If it's too thick to drizzle, microwave for 30 seconds or until it's soft and pourable, about 30 seconds at medium power, or add a splash of milk until it's drizzle approved. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 205 degrees Celsius, because things are about to smell amazing. Once our dough has puffed up like a little cloud, I grab 2 baking sheets and line them with parchment paper. Not only does it make clean up a breeze, but it also keeps the bottoms from overbrowning. Plus, nothing sticks, which is exactly what we want when sweet pizza is on the menu. I lightly dust the surface with flour using my handy dredge shaker. Just enough to keep the dough from sticking, not turn it into a winter wonderland. Then I turn out the dough and divide it into 2 even balls. Want 1 big 10-inch pizza instead? Go for it. You do you. This is a judgment-free pizza zone. Roll each ball out to about 1/4 inch thick. They are looking like personal pizza perfection already. Lay them on your parchment-lined sheet and give them a moment to relax. Spread the cinnamon mixture evenly over each dough circle, making sure you get a nice even layer of that buttery cinnamony goodness from edge to edge. But here's the trick. Leave about a half-inch border around the edges. Think of it like a little crust buffer zone. That way, you get those perfect golden edges and your cinnamon spread won't melt off and try to escape during baking. Remember, it's a sweet pizza, not a cinnamon lava spill. A little control here goes a long way toward that perfect bakery-style finish. Bake for 9 to 11 minutes. During this time, your home will smell like every cozy bakery dream you've ever had. When the mini sweet pizzas come out, let them cool for a few minutes. Then grab your glaze and drizzle it like you're on a baking show. Swirls, zigzags, happy little rivers, whatever speaks to your dessert-loving heart. And boom, you've just made mini sweet pizzas that rival Papa Murphy's. They're soft, cinnamon-packed, and topped with that luscious glaze. Chef's kiss. If you loved this recipe, hit that like button, subscribe for more sweet creations, and tell me in the comments, what would you put on a dessert pizza? Fresh fruit, chocolate chips, marshmallows. I'm here for it. And hey, if you're craving something a little more savory, next, don't miss my next video on how to make homemade pizza on the grill. It's crispy, cheesy, and perfect for outdoor pizza nights. Trust me, you'll want to see it. Happy baking, and see you in the next one.